Hey everybody. So recently I was talking to someone about uh, the cost of associated with running the site, and I even posted it recently, letting people know just kind of like as a factual thing what it costs to actually run the site. Um, on a basic point, we've spent in the last 3 years of doing the site, we've spent about $40 a month to run the site. So it's a little over a day. Uh, That's how much it costs to do indie advocates, and that doesn't pay anyone. All of us who contribute to the site do so to advocate for indie creators. We do have a long list of contributors. I'm very thankful for that, but it's a business for those who run web hosting. So obviously, our website is a necessary evil. Like some people have often asked me, well, why don't you do a free website? I don't think people realize when you have a free website, you're limited to an amount of storage. And we share people's arts, we share people's Kickstarters, we share videos. Even though the videos are usually redirect links, so they don't take up too much memory. You get the point. What I'm saying. So free sites is not an option for us. We do too much. I mean, we house over 10,000 threads, probably 20,000 pieces of art. We have hundreds of interviews. You get the point. That wouldn't work on a free site. So it costs money. It like anything else in life, it costs money. It's free for everyone to use, but it's not free to run. Someone had suggested that we set up an Indiegogo, do a Kickstarter, and all that just felt I wouldn't say wrong. It just didn't feel genuine to what Indie Advocates is. So after a few months, I came up with the upcoming Dragon Con thing where we're gonna have a fan table, and they said that we could sell T-shirts to sponsor the site and like art, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Like I couldn't sell my comic books, but then I was like, okay, well, what if we sold the comic books in like a way that PBS used to do when I raised money for the site? And I realized that we could have sponsors for the site, which is what brings us to today. We're going to be opening up a sponsor section. Now, before I start this, I am in no way threatening the end of the site. I am committed to running the site as long as I can. I don't know what that means because I don't know the future. I don't like to commit to anything in that regard on how long I can run the site. For all we know, I could get a huge deal with some comic book company. My dreams could come true, and this could be something that would be against my contract to actually do. I could get hit by a bus. You know, shit happens. So I have no plans of not doing this, but I do always try to set our way up for it to be passed on to the next generation. I would like to see someone take my position in Indie Advocates over and build their name recognition, and me step more into a background administrative position where I just kind of watch content. That's the hope. That's the dream. So in no way, shape, or form is this considered to be my site. This is our site. Allowing people to sponsor it will help bring costs down and maybe even cover the cost if we're lucky enough to host it. We recently got a $600 bill that is for the next 3 years, which will take us into 2022. It is $600 for 3 years. So I think I did the math the other day, but just to give you guys a heads up of what that would mean. So 2022, it's like 4 years. Hijacks. So it's 4 years from now, but we're already paid up for the 3. We don't expire till next year. So it's 600 divided by 36 months. $16 without the website. Figure the websites and the redirects, bring it to about $20 a month. So that's, I mean, it's not a horrible thing. We've obviously managed some costs to bring the number down from where it was. Negotiated a better deal with hosting, so we got a little bit of a break. So did everything we could on that regard to bring down the cost of the site, but still it's going to be there about $20 a month. Now, I sell the t-shirts at my table, and the cost of the t-shirts has always gone to raising a little bit for the site. Even on the Kickstarters, when we've gotten money, we've raised it. So we've gotten some to cover the over to start the site, to run it for the last, what would be 4 years, because it would be next year, cost roughly $1,500. And that doesn't consider promotional stuff and all that. And you could probably take out like $250, because some of it was renegotiated, and I got credits for things. So figure, even let's take it down to $1,000 to run the site for the last 4 years, because next year will be year 4. So in that time, we've raised maybe $100. $100 isn't a lot versus $1,000 bill. So we're going to be trying this sponsor thing. The major run, of course, will be happening at DragonCon, where we'll be offering people to sign up for sponsors, which can be done anonymously. And we're going to try to be giving away awards, kind of like what PBS did, when they used to do those pledge drives to keep public broadcasting still public. It's kind of the idea that we're kind of taking on here. We're not threatening to shut down the site. It doesn't matter what we raise. I'm going to try to still do it. And maybe one day we'll get to a point, if this doesn't work, where I'll have to do an Indiegogo, or I'll have to do a Kickstarter. But for now, I'd rather this, because this way I can give people a wing. I can give people an ability to be part of it. So they'll actually be able to be featured right here, which they'll give a little bio. Maybe they write something about the site. Or maybe they write something about themselves. They got about a paragraph, and then they can put a link in for their stuff, and they'll be known as a sponsor, and people can see who sponsors the site. That'll be pretty cool. And of course, depending on the tier levels, we're going to wind up having different things, which, for some of the creators who ask, well, how can I help? We are going to be accepting artists and creators' work that we can give to backers, or not backers, it's Kickstarter in me, to pledgers and donators. They are going to be helping us run the site, so we're going to be I'll be donating, of course, some of my books for DragonCon, but I can't continuously just donate my own stuff. Then I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot as a creator. The stuff I do, printing, it's not free. So I'm going to donate an X amount. If I'm lucky, it'll cover what I'm doing DragonCon. I'm thinking like 10 of each issue number 1, and do like a $40 pack to support it, where you're supporting the thing. We'll give you a bag that has the old Written Sins logo on it, which we're just getting rid of now, and you'll get 3 issue number 1s from me for free for a $30 or $40 pledge. I haven't worked out exactly what, but it's giving people something for supporting us, and other people's comics could really help with that, because then I'll be able to slip other comics in the thing. We could do special things, special incentives. Maybe we'll do a pledge-a-thon on a weekend with a couple creators and try to make it interesting and fun. I don't want this to be like a beggy thing or a demanding thing. I want this to be something the community kind of raises money to help create this. And not create this, but fund this, to fund the site. Now, 2 things about the money. I know people are wondering instantly, why don't we run ads? Guess what we do? There are actually ads on it. The truth is that no one really clicks the ads. It's different nowadays. And actually, for some reason, I have to check AdSense. It's not loading right now. But we do have ads. I don't know why they're not loading right now. That is weird. Usually they're loaded. I actually have to look at that now. So we do have ads. Let's see. I might actually have to look at it. The end result is the ads themselves do not drive a huge amount of revenue to our site. Probably a code. We just updated something. But normally there are ads here. The problem is that no one actually clicks on the ads when they are there. No one's interested in the ads. That we've been offered to do pop-up ads, but I won't do that. I see other sites do it. I hate it. I hate it. It's not like it used to be. It's not about site hits anymore. It's about what people are clicking and if they're buying things. And obviously our site's not really geared for that. The ads are the last thing on my mind. I put it there. Actually, my Alyssa put it there. part of Sinsful Comics, because she, when she started her company, absorbed this as a cost of running the business. And now, of course, with Sinsful Comics coming to an end and me doing my own imprint, Indie Advocates is back onto its own thing again. And with that in mind, it's kind of out there, you know. There's no cost set off. There's no writing it off on the taxes like there was when it was part of the Sinsful brand. It's just out there. It's out there. So it needs, you know, just the basics, you know, paying for new business cards to be printed, new banners if we update the look of it and logo. That was kind of a cost this year as we traded off Written Sins for Indie Advocates. All that stuff adds up. So this is why we're here talking about pledges today. And the other question, of course, is what if suddenly I raise $1 million? The honest truth is I don't expect to raise $1 million. I expect to barely raise the probably 600 for the next build that's due. And that's fine. But if we did somehow find ourselves in excess of money, we would find a way to give it back to the community. Depending on how much we got, I mean, there could be a dream of actually paying people for contributing, paying writers to do pieces. But I mean, again, that's a long, far-fetched idea. More than likely, we'll be able to cover maybe printing costs for a couple business cards that we could give out to some of the people who are doing it. We're always expanding our press room. And you guys can always join and support us that way. Become a reporter on scene at Comic-Cons. We are being given access to more and more Comic-Cons throughout the United States and are now actually being offered press passes at certain events without even applying for it. So it's the site itself has been getting the support and love that we wanted it to get. But we're at the point where I, you know, legitimately cannot look at this cost and not at least ask people to join in on me for helping keeping this site running. People have offered many times and have asked me how they can help, and it's just about time that I accept people helping me, because I do think that this is a site for everybody. I do call it not just my site. So I'm inviting everyone to help us. If you guys have any thoughts or questions about this, please feel free to talk to me about it. I'm going to go grab some Advil for this migraine. But hopefully you guys can give me some pointers. Tell me what you think we should do. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? And then we can do an official video for this and launch it sometime in the upcoming week. Thank you for your time this Sunday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I will catch up with you on the next video. And remember to not only advocate by sharing for other creators, but support creators on Kickstarter by backing at least a PDF level on a Kickstarter weekly. And remember, if you back a PDF, you can always then switch over to a real copy at their table at a local Comic-Con. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the advocating voice for Indie Advocates.